From director Gaspar Noé and Lionsgate comes Climax, a release that once again is DVD only unless you go and get the burn-on-demand Blu-ray of it, or you go and get the Arrow version, which is in the UK and probably region lock. I don't know, but probably go for that if you're going to go for it. Now with Gaspar Noé, you're not going to get a normal movie. It's never going to happen. It's going to be some strange stuff. It's going to be some hard to watch stuff, but it's going to be some extremely creative stuff. Now, I didn't really care for his movie Sex. I thought maybe that one was kind of a step off in the wrong direction. Definitely loved Enter the Void. Enter the Void is probably one of my favorite movies, and Unbreakable, as hard as it is to watch, is still a masterpiece in my mind. Climax is not on that level. Now, Climax is definitely creative. It's a step up from Sex, but it's definitely not where previous films before that were. Basically, we're watching a dance team. They get together and they're dancing and everybody's having a good time and they're rumbling. There's a little bit of gossip going on, but the movie turns really, really strange and really, really dark when we find out that these guys have been drinking LSD. Now, that causes some very strange reactions, some violent reactions, some even worse conflict between the cast of characters. And, you know, in between that, you get some very over-the-top, literally shot dance scenes and some very nice cinematography. Now, like I said before, this isn't something that's going to be for everybody, but it's a creative film. I can see why some people would probably absolutely hate this, but I can see why some other people might actually really like what they're getting out of it. I'm not really much on the way for dance numbers, so I mean the dancing didn't really do much for me, but the plot itself was interesting enough, especially when you see the conflicts that just totally boil to a head and go from like 0 to 100 when the LSD is introduced into the situation. I like the overall creative process of it because, like I said, this guy never does anything normal, so there's always something creative, some little hook with his movies. Like, you know, Enter the Void was like a first-person spiritual type thing, I guess you could say. And then, of course, Irreversible was in reverse, and, you know, Sex started off with a big giant hand job and a money shot, basically. So it's something you never know what you're going to get with this guy. But this one here, creative as ever, I would say. Odd and awkward at times, but still the plot enough for me was good enough for me to enjoy it. Some stuff don't really make sense, I guess. Maybe I need to go back and rewatch it. Solid regardless, and you know, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It's not going to blow you away. It didn't blow me away, although creatively I found it fascinating. Plot wise, I found it interesting enough, but like I said, it's definitely a interesting thing and something like you've probably not seen recently or at all, so that's always good. And it also has a visceral experience in making Climax. So that's your only extra on there. This is DVD. You want the Blu-ray? It's burn on demand, or you can go and buy the Arrow one. This is pretty bare bones, but it is what it is. And Climax is definitely a flourishment of creativeness, even though the actual plot might not be as great as the creative stuff is, but still I liked it enough. Have you seen it? You should let me know. Like, comment below, share the video if you want. What's your favorite Gaspar Noé film? Mine happens to be Enter the Void, so let me know what you think of that, and let me know what you think of his other films.